Hi guys, I hope you're good. Let's look at Euro USD post CPI, and as you guys can see, we are on the monthly chart, and on this chart I can see that we have at the bottom this candlestick over here. It is a bearish candlestick with a small body and quite a long lower wick. We also have another one at this point. These two candlesticks represent liquidity, and they tell us that at some point the market needs to head down to grab all of those liquidity points, because liquidity represents money that needs to be triggered by the market at one point or another. Also, to add to that, the market is at a very strong level of resistance, as you guys can see, and that is because if you look at this area over here, we've had multiple rejections at that point, right? And there is quite a strong chance that we might see possibly the market push further down from where it is. Let me just actually add an actual resistance area at that point, and just also bear in mind that support and resistance are not actual lines, but rather areas where price may potentially reverse, right? So there we go, more or less. I'm also going to mark those two candlesticks at the bottom because they are very much important, as they are carrying a lot of liquidity that needs to be triggered by the market at one point or another. So that's the first one. Just bear with me guys, let's mark the other one as well. Let's see. Let me just delete this, right? And there goes the other one as well, right there, right? And then from here, what I'm going to do is head down to the daily chart, and here we are on the daily chart. And on the daily chart, I'm going to start off by adding my daily channel. Let's have a look. How would I add my daily channel in this regard? I would do it in this manner, more or less. Just bear with me guys. I would add my daily channel more or less in this manner, right? And just remember that we just need to ensure that our, or rather whatever drawings we add to our charts are as accurate as can be. So there we go, there goes our daily channel more or less. So what else do we see guys in regards to the daily chart of Euro USD post CPI, right? As I said guys, just to recap, remember on the weekly chart we spoke about this level, and we said that it is carrying a lot of, or rather it is a very strong level of resistance, and we might potentially see the market revert from that point, right? Another thing that is also very much interesting or important at this point is that we have at this level a very nice W structure, as you guys can see, which also has a neckline at that point, right? So we have two very interesting areas. Number one, we have at this level that very strong level of resistance, and at this level over here we have a very strong level of support in the form of a neckline of this W structure. So as much as I'm saying that at this point over here we might potentially see the market push further down, what may actually happen is the market may push only further down to around the neckline of that W structure to test it, and then at that point we might potentially see the market push further up, right? So that's one of the things that may possibly happen. In fact, I'm just going to add a neckline to that W structure as well, because it is very much important. So we could say that this area over here is the neckline of this W structure, right? And just keep in mind guys also that whenever it comes to these W structures, a lot of traders and investors buy on the second leg of the W structure, and they place their stop losses just below that structure, right? So there's a lot of liquidity sitting at this point in the form of stop losses, and as much as I'm saying that potentially we might see the market pushing further down to around this level to test the neckline of the W structure, it is also quite possible that we might see price push further down to grab all of those liquidity points that are sitting at this point, in addition to that one candlestick that I spoke about at this level that is carrying a lot of liquidity, which represents money, right? So that is it as far as the daily chart. From here I'm just going to head down to the H4 chart. Let's have a look. On the H4 chart, I'm going to start off by fixing my channel, so just bear with me guys. Let's see. Let's have a look. Just bear with me guys. see. That should be fine. That should be fine, more or less. There we go, more or less. That should be fine, right? So here we are on the H4 chart, as I said, and on this particular chart, what I'm gonna do is also add my H4 channel. Before I do so, let me just also remind you that on the daily chart we spoke about how we have this huge W structure which has a neckline at that point, and we said that price currently is at a very strong level of resistance, and we might potentially hit the market push for that down to around this level or so, right? Let's proceed. So let me just add my H4 channel as well. So there goes my H4 channel, more or less, and as you guys can see, it is quite a steep one, which I don't like, because such trend lines are easily broken. They generally don't last very long. Let's see. We could say that this is our our H4 channel rather. There we go. Right. So in as far as looking for potential selling opportunities goes, right, it may be a good idea to actually wait for this trend line to be broken to the side, and then only take your sell, and your take profit, I believe, should be at least this level over here. Why do I say this level? That is because it is the neckline of that huge W structure that I spoke about. But just also bear in mind that I spoke about this level over here. At the bottom, I said that because we have this W structure, there's a lot of liquidity sitting at this point, right? Because a lot of traders and investors bought on the second leg of the W structure. But right now, in as far as buying or selling, I don't see any actual opportunities, right? And before I close, I just want to point out that as much as we have this big W structure that I spoke about, which has a neckline at this point, just bear in mind that currently we also have a smaller W structure over here, which has a neckline at that point, and we saw that price broke to the upside of that neckline, came back to the neckline to test it, and at this level we might potentially see the market push further up, right? But in as far as buying or selling at this point in time, I really don't see any opportunities. Just also bear in mind that price is at a very strong level of resistance, and like I said, guys, we might potentially see the market push further up again to retest this level, and then push further down to this level over here, and this would give us a very nice M structure. And at this level we might again see the market push further up because of that huge W structure that we spoke about, right? So that's it in as far as my analysis goes for Euro USD, and peace out.